Thank you again to that wonderful panel, for our speakers, and for all of you for joining us this morning. I'm very excited to introduce our very first keynote performance of our conference. This performance perfectly encapsulates the power of bringing seemingly disparate groups together. The Stone Living Lab was first connected to the Boston Lyric Opera through our partners at Boston Harbor Now, who knew that the BLO was looking to connect with local climate change groups for a new initiative, which you'll hear about. During our very first call, the BLO team floated the idea of the lab joining a panel discussion during a kickoff event in fall of 2024. Little did they know that very weekend was the same as our own Wicked High Tide flooding program. I'd be lying if I said I didn't openly applaud when we realized the coincidence. Since then, we have been thrilled to join them for the world premiere of the seasons and look forward to many more opportunities to blend art, science, music, and change-making together. Please join me in welcoming Roxy Myhrum, Brendon Shapiro, and Maggie Finnegan.
Thank you so much, Rebecca, and good morning, everyone. It is indeed time for the moment you've all been waiting for in your entire conference going live, a musical keynote. But first, please bear with me for a few more minutes of spoken remarks. My name is Roxanna Myhrum. I'm the Director of Programs and Events at Boston Lyric Opera. BLO's mission is to inspire, entertain, and connect communities through compelling opera performances, programs, and gatherings. Next slide, please. Oops, where are my slides? Yes, you can go into the next one. There you go. We pride ourselves on creating bold artistic experiences at venues of all sizes throughout Greater Boston, from productions on downtown's historic stages to parks and picnic areas along Boston's waterfront. That's a photo from our recent production of The Seasons and also a Moakley Park performance that we did last year. I'm joined here today by my colleagues, soprano Maggie Finnegan and pianist Brendon Shapiro, to share with you a little bit about BLO's recent Rising Waters, Rising Voices initiative. Next slide, please. There you go. So launched in October 2024, Rising Waters, Rising Voices aims to harness the power of music to help people access complex emotions about the earth and climate change. And working in partnership with ecological, civic, and advocacy organizations, our goal is to inspire dialogue and motivate action towards a more sustainable future through a lens of beauty and possibility. This initiative came from a confluence of things that pointed us in this direction, including our positive past experiences using opera as a way to frame and talk about important social issues, co-producing The Seasons, and this was a world premiere opera that paired Vivaldi's famous music from the Four Seasons with a new libretto by contemporary playwright Sarah Rule that told the story of an artist community confronting extreme weather events, and you'll hear some music from that piece today. Next slide, please. We also will be staging Noah's Flood, a community opera that was originally composed by Benjamin Britten, and this will be performed by hundreds of children from all across Boston, working in partnership with groups like Voices Boston, the Boston Children's Chorus. There's even a handbell society that's involved, and we'll all be on stage at Boston Symphony Hall on May 3rd. We hope this is a free production that's open to the community, and though it is textually based on the story of the biblical flood, it was actually inspired by Benjamin Britten's own experience in the United Kingdom with a flood and the impact that it had on his community. Also, our headquarters, which we moved to recently, is located in Fort Point, and this is one of the city's most vulnerable neighborhoods to flooding, but it's also a vibrant historical artist community. And we've been inspired by several of the developers who are working there and their community organizing efforts, other actions inspired by the city, to look at ways that we could do things like have an amphitheater that is part of a development that also serves as a berm against some of the coastal flooding that's possible in Fort Point. Next slide, please. So this year, our goal has been to use opera's storytelling power to make the climate crisis relatable and emotionally resonant. We've been lucky to collaborate with environmental organizations and local advocates to raise awareness in our audiences and to direct people towards meaningful action steps. And as Rebecca mentioned, this is from that panel where Maggie and Brendon also performed in October. And there we have our artistic director, Nina Yoshida Nelson, moderating a conversation with Rebecca, also, and Chris Osgood from the Mayor's Office of Climate Resilience, and Tara Moses of Groundwater Arts. And they've been really important collaborators to help us add an indigenous perspective to many of these conversations, and we're really grateful for all that we've learned from them. Next slide, please. In addition to those partners, we've also worked with groups like the Green Ribbon Commission, who are helping us to find more ways that we can operate more sustainably as a company, and cultural organizations like the Boston Public Library, where last night we held a concert called Nature's Voice. Events like this will continue all throughout this season and beyond. We don't want to be a one and done with this sort of initiative or take part in, greenwashing. And so you can find updated details on BLO's website at blo.org/rising. Next slide, please. So today, Maggie and Brendon are going to share 5 pieces from last night's concert, which explored the many ways that musicians and performers give voice to nature in arias and art songs. If you'd like to follow along, the text translations and artist bios are available at this link on the QR code in a digital playbill, and I think that may have been circulated as well through the conference technology. There will be a few pieces that are not in English, but you're also welcome to just take it in and let the sound speak to you. Now, while you listen, I encourage you to use this time for open-hearted reflection, not just on all you've learned at this conference and the essential work that we all have to do, but also let this music speak to your soul. Let it resonate with the deep and indescribable things that inspire you to care about our planet, because those things have been inspiring composers for centuries. After the performance, we'd love to connect with you, and we invite you to come talk to us directly or up at the stage. Thank you again for inviting us, and enjoy. Thank you all. Thank you, Brendon and Maggie, and we are so grateful for all of the work that you do. Thank you for inviting us today. That final piece was about the change of spring and welcoming spring. So as the seasons change now, we hope that that all of the work that you're doing continues to make such a strong impact in our community. Thank you, everyone. Yay.